good, everybody? I'm Neal, Newberry, host of Live from the Nickel.
What's good, everybody? I'm your guy, Neal Newberry, host of Live from the Nickel. Back at another great Sunday, great guest today. I got this young man I was just chopping up about. He out there doing his thing, man. You know, good, real good close friends with the University of basketball coach at TU. Just chopping up about him. Just asking what he's been doing with his life, man. He's doing real good, man. I mean, he's a real upcoming assistant coach up at University of Detroit, and he's a video coordinator. So before we tap into our guest today, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember, we are sponsored by School Matters. Not Divine Printing anymore, School Matters. Divine Printing kind of lit us up to School Matters. Now School Matters with Miss Evelyn is doing such a great job with our shirts and hats and everything we got popping off, man. So I want to give a special shout out to Miss Evelyn because she's doing a great job with helping me out with the product and stuff. And like I said, we got the t-shirts, we got the bibs, whatever y'all want, we got y'all. So keep, hit me on IG, hit me on Facebook. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. Miss Amanda, what's up, baby?
Man, another nice Sunday.
Yes, it is.
Today.
Yes, it is.
It's beautiful outside.
You know, we had the Old West End Festival this weekend.
I know, I'm so bummed. I had to work, so I didn't get to go, but that's always one of my favorites.
Man, you know what?
And Blessed Sacrament, that's another one.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a beautiful. The weather's starting to break now, which is good.
Perfect.
We just got to get rid of this cold, weather, man, because it's killing me. It's killing me, man. But it's starting to break out today. It's not too bad, and I think it's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow, but it is what it is. So let me introduce y'all to the young man we got on the show today. Now, this dude is super excited. I'm gonna tell you how super excited he was, man. His Facebook crashed or something. I don't know what happened. He hit me like, "Hey, man, I need the address. Where you at, man?" I love to hear that he wanted to come on to the show. Like I said, this young man is assistant basketball coach at the University of Detroit, and he's a video coordinator. So he got two little jobs he's popping off with up there.
Busy.
Busy man, but you know what? That's kind of how you start from the ground up. And people don't realize that you just don't get right in to be the coach. You got to work your way up there, and that's a good thing for you. And when before he got there, he was down at University of Toledo, video coordinator for about a year, and then took his talents up to the deep, which is nothing wrong with that. I want y'all, when y'all see this man, y'all show this man some love. This man is doing great things up in the University of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have him on the show today. I got Collyn Richardson. What's up, man? What's up, my dude? Welcome to the Nickel, man. Welcome to the Nickel, man. Before we dive into this dude, man, hats off to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, man. At a young age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're a young guy, and you out here just getting it. But before we start tapping into you, man, hey, Nick, let me get that care package for my man. So all the guests we got coming on, I got to go large. Medium large, they run good big, man, but you know what I'm saying? This is a little nickel shirt, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming on the show and stuff like that.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
See, I'm a big t-shirt guy.
Oh, okay.
I will wear my t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for having me. Can y'all hear me okay? I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Oh, man, I love that when I love any person that wants to come onto the show. And like I said, every guest I've had on there, man or woman, they have been super excited to come on the show. So, I'm not going to ask the question first. I always do ladies first. That's my little sister. I love her to death, so I'm going to let her go first. So go ahead, Miss Amanda.
Well, at such a young age, you've accomplished a lot already. You're so busy, so thank you so much for
Absolutely.
taking a little bit of time out today to meet with us, because I know you're doing a lot. How did you know, or how did you first realize that you wanted to get into coaching? That's something that you wanted to do, or?
Well, I'm 20. I'll turn 26 in a couple weeks on the 4th of July. That's my birthday. But growing up, all the coaches I had, and no disrespect to anybody who watches this, but I really just see how many coaches didn't know what they was doing, and I just have this.
A lot from the younger coaches.
So it's like I have this competitive switch in me. I can do this better than you. And like so far, that's just driven me to where I've gotten so far. So it's just like seeing all the coaches who didn't know what they was doing and thinking I could do it better.
I love that.
Just
I love that
competitive nature.
confidence. I love that so
Yeah,
much.
just that competitive nature.
How do you try to communicate with and motivate your players?
Well, this generation is a little different. Like
They're hard.
what I grew up on was like more of aggressive coaching style.
Absolutely.
And I don't think you'll get the same results out of these kids. They aren't as hardcore. And so to speak, I'm not the hardest core person ever, but I try to be more positive, and I don't want to test their manhood in any capacity. Like, I just want to, when we all have a common goal, like if you tell me I want to play in the NBA, every day I got to hold you to that standard.
Absolutely.
So in messages and communicating, I might just, slide in a reminder, but it just comes without disrespecting the guys. Just, heart to heart, I guess, is the best way to describe my communication style.
Absolutely. You what's the old saying, like you get more bees with honey?
Yeah.
Like to not be so aggressive or not, not just always come down on them, but to be respectful and to listen to them. I think you'll get a better result, like you said, than just coming down on them all the time about something.
There's a time and a place for it, but
absolutely.
I just try to, put myself in their position, and like somebody who's always yelling at them. You gotta, you can yell at them, but you also gotta pick them up and let them know that you care and you're doing it for a reason. So it's important. Communicating with the players is a big part of the process.
I love that. How do you build teamwork among your players, or like what's one of the ways that you would build teamwork among your players and help kind of, I guess, maintain the peace on your team?
It's different now.
Kind of work together.
Like we got the transfer portal, so your team could be entirely different from the year before. So building like the teamwork, you got to do a lot of stuff in the summer. We get 8 weeks in the summer and 8 hours a week. So we get one in the weight room, one on the court.
It's not a lot of time to
really
get everybody on the same page.
What you can do is like we can go out to like top golf, we can go paintballing, we can go do stuff like that. And like every week we have something. I think our first week we're doing the Tigers game. The next week I think we're doing top golf. Whatever it is, like team building activities, because you have a short amount of time. So as much as time you can spend with guys together will build chemistry and help with our teamwork and goals. So
that's really cool. Okay, one more question. If you could play a one-on-one game with any player, any of you player, here or not here anymore, who would it be?
It's Mike, man. Michael Jordan. It's Mike.
Yes.
It's Mike.
That would be my answer too.
It's Mike. Good answer.
Like I said, for you being a young man coming into your own at 26, doing what you do best, congratulations on that. I gotta give you flowers.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So, my question is, I like the trend. Me and Mr. Brown are here, but if he was here, we would probably all say, I feel like we would be on the same page with this. I like the transfer portal and I don't like it. So being a coach and being an assistant coach in that situation with the transfer portal, I feel like it's a headache, because I do like what you're saying, like, one day you guys are doing something different with the team, which is great. But then if you got somebody like the top scorer, we'll say the top scorer last year was a power forward, whatever, and he decides to get in the transfer portal, it kind of throws the genre off with the rest of the players. I mean, you like the transfer portal?
Do I like it?
I'm all for the players getting money. I'm all for that. But what I'm not for, not to cut you off, what I'm not for is you come there, I want you to stay there at least 2 years to see how it is. You go there for a year, you really can't base that off 1 year. So my question to you, Collyn, being an assistant coach in University of Detroit, what do you like about it? What do you not like? Give your pros and cons about it.
Do I like the transfer portal is kind of a wide question. Like, do I like it? It is what it is. It's more of one of those things that I can't change. I just don't think there's a lot of education, and when people don't understand something, it's usually like there's some fear involved with it. I think being able to accept it and adapt with it is where you're going to see like the success of coaches and stuff like that. So my thing is, I'm at mid-major, low-major school. If I have a kid average 16 a year, like in a year, and like somebody's offering $1.2 million, do you want me to tell them no, don't take that money?
No, I would never.
So I mean, it's just, it opens up possibilities and opportunities for people to take care of their families. And as a black man, I'm all for that, because I've seen a lot of people who look like me struggle growing up, and like they're playing a child's game, honestly, to go take care of their family. I can live with that, and they're also getting a degree, because with the new NIL and transfer portal, it keeps kids in school longer. It does.
It does. It really does.
A lot of kids know I'm not going to go play in the NBA, but if I can do 4 years at $800,000, that's pretty good money.
I mean, do the math. Yeah, you're making a lot of money. Honestly,
Right.
these guys, and you see, that's what I love about the women. They get to say they don't have that option. They were saying about maybe lifting that up. Oh, let me say, because they gonna make more money in college than going into the women's NBA.
Right.
But I'm all for certain things. Like when I saw a quarterback from Tennessee, he wanted more money.
Right.
And they were like, "Yo, you ain't even worth all that, bro."
Right.
So you can go ahead and go somewhere else. But you being being an assistant coach, I would just say it would be frustrating for you guys sometimes, man.
It can be, but I'm one of those guys who I just believe in my adaptation. So
Yes.
I just know it's a new thing and it's not going anywhere, so I got to adapt to it. And so maybe instead of dealing with a parent, I'm dealing with an agent instead. But if we all got the common goal and we're all getting on the same page, because at the end of the day, everybody speaks the same language, and that's green. So
Right. I like
if
that.
you have some money for a kid, you'll be able to do your thing. But
Yeah.
that's just ultimately what it is. And the people who don't want to deal with it, it shows fear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kids can sense that too, and they're not gonna want to get down with that. It doesn't scare me. It just is what it is, and I just feel like I can adapt to it. If I can pay a kid and give him enough money, or we have the resources to do that at Detroit Mercy, we'll do it. But if not, I'd feel pretty bad if I got this kid to a point where he's very successful, he has the opportunity to go do a lot of great things for his family,
Facts.
and just say, nah, you shouldn't do that or something like that. I'd feel pretty messed up myself about it. So
No.
it's just something you adapt to, and it is what it is, kind of more so than do I like it or not. But it is.
I can see you honestly being a good coach, man. Because, like I said, you got to put yourself on both sides of the fence sometimes. You just can't look at things just through your eyes. And the way I listen to you talk and how you break things down, I know you would be a great head coach.
I appreciate it, man.
Everywhere you go, because the way you carry yourself more, and I think people are going to follow you into the foxhole no matter what. I get to see that. Just talking to you and listening to you talk is, man, you keep doing
I think
what
he's
you're
very
doing.
relatable to the players
Absolutely,
as well.
man.
And
Absolutely,
I think
man.
that they can confide in him and I don't want to say trust him more, but feel more comfortable talking to him.
Absolutely.
Because he's closer
In age,
with
yeah.
them. Absolutely.
It ain't gonna last forever,
He
but
understands what they're going through.
Right. Okay, so now I got some great notes today. Man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with you in a minute and come back to me. So I got some real good stuff here. So we're gonna touch base on a little bit of NFL.
okay.
So Bill Belichick's contract buyout with UNC promotes $1 million for 5 years, $5 million deal. So what they basically did with Bill Belichick and do in North Carolina, man. I don't know what Bill's thinking. Maybe that young girl he messing with has got the kid all messed up. But what do you think about Bill Belichick being the coach at North Carolina?
Some of these guys have I would call it an escape route. So when they're toward the end of their careers, man, they might go take a good amount of money and just be toward the end of their career. He gets fired from there. Do you think he's gonna coach again? I don't. He's gonna go find, you know what I'm saying? He's older, so he gets fired from this job. It doesn't really hurt him. He get fired, they're gonna pay him the rest of his money out. You'll probably see him in Cabo with that young girl. So that's what I'm saying.
He's 21.
Yeah, so he's in a position where one, he don't have the same type of pressure being at the professional level.
Yes.
There's more pageantry and just different things. College is just different. You got the band and you got all the other extra stuff. It's just different. So now he gets to be in that environment. He gets to recruit and pay what, it's a little bit more control of the money versus a business. It's still business.
Yeah.
Still as a GM, but it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
So for him, I think he's on the back end of his career, and he's nearing the end. It's not going to be no 10-year career at North Carolina.
For sure.
I'd say 5 years max. And if he gets fired, you know what? He's probably shaking his hand and on his way to Disney World the next day.
Exactly.
So,
good.
yeah, I just think it's a new thing for him. He's at the end of his career, and he's probably having some fun with it, doing some things that he never got a chance to do. So
Facts.
I'm excited to see what Bill Belichick does at UNC.
Okay, Miss Amanda.
I feel the exact same way. I think that Bill Belichick's always been seen as this very serious and stern coach and all about business. So I almost think it's kind of cute to see him, go to college and coach. And is he gonna be going to the frat parties with his girlfriend? Hey, now we don't know, but I think that it's almost like he has this girlfriend now. He almost got this surge of youth through him.
Yeah.
And I also think that to him, it's a job to him, and he's gonna take it seriously. But I also think that yes, if something were to happen and he didn't make it there, he wouldn't be that upset about it either. I think he's just kind of coasting through. I do think a lot of players are gonna want to play for him. He's a Super Bowl winning coach, so. I don't think he's going to have any problem recruiting people if that's his plan and that's what he wants to do. I think he'll do just fine with that.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want to play for the coach that coached Tom Brady?
That's what I'm saying. That's your main point of any quarterback. He'll get any quarterback he wants.
Here's some pros and cons about Bill
Did you
Belichick.
tell him no when he called you? No.
He is a great coach, but I think the game has surpassed him.
Think so?
You know why? Because listen, when Tom left and went to Tampa, my team,
the
they
Patriots looked
struggled.
awful.
But I think here's my thing: is the game is different now. The game has changed, right? Game is way different now. Players are getting more involved and with stuff. The coaches still got power, but not as much power like they used to have. But him going to college, I was like, yo, this is. And then you got a young girl, 21. He's like 60-something years. You got a 21. Hey, good for you, my bro. Hey, I'm like, hey, look, bro, do what you do. I don't want nobody that young. But I just feel like if this North Carolina, this North Carolina thing don't work out, man. He might get the recruits. I think he might. I don't know. I gotta see his coaching staff. I'm curious, like you said. I gotta see the coaching staff first. North Carolina ain't been nothing in a long time,
Right.
So they ain't really been that good.
Yeah.
So he might be able to turn around, but when I think of North Carolina football, I think about North Carolina basketball.
Oh, absolutely. Nobody
Football
thinks of
is-
North Carolina
Basketball school for sure.
Yeah, people, Mike Legends went to that school.
Nobody thinks of North Carolina football.
You have good football players that did go to the NFL that played there, but I mean, we all know that. But look, hats off to him, man. He just, I don't know, man. I think the game is past him, and I think he should be sitting down somewhere. Going to college
Enjoying
with
his
your
time.
21-year-old girlfriend.
But he still loves the game, So I think this
They
might
paid him
be
a lot
his
of money,
final
too.
hurrah.
They did, but my
He
thing about
loves the
like this,
game.
man. My thing, bro, you 60-something years old, man. Listen, no NFL team wanted you. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're one of the greatest coaches ever. He got 6 Super Bowl rings. Man, go down to Cabo or go to Hawaii and chill.
Well, here's the thing though, like if you think like he's just doing it just to do it, the love ain't all the way there. He gonna do this contract and he may not make it through.
Right.
So you telling me he gonna be upset? Like, I made X million dollars.
No, I don't think he's gonna be upset.
So I got sports on X million dollars. This is my escape.
Yeah.
He's fine either whatever the outcome is. He's gonna still do his thing.
He's still winning.
Right. He might win. He may not win. Historically, you picked a bad place to go.
Yeah, that's very true.
I like that.
So that's what I'm saying. That's like going to take the Cavs and hoping that the Cavs are good. Don't let me disrespect them.
No, we'll say the Cavs after LeBron left.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you take it somewhere where it's just like good luck. Good luck. You're an interesting recruiting destination. Interesting is the best way. Like, tell me who comes to North Carolina to go vacation. What are you doing?
I gotta agree with you, bro.
So he knows what he's doing, but it's just like don't expect him to just go and win. Now if he wins, it's going to contribute to what his legacy is. But his legacy is cemented as what 6, 7 times Super Bowl winner.
6 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, that's cemented. He's good. Now
one of the greatest coaches ever.
So you telling me you take a job at Walmart to go get X million dollars, and if you show up, you show up. You don't, you don't.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I feel you.
That's where he's at with that.
I feel you. I
agree.
like that little breakdown.
I agree.
Okay. Still, I think he should be somewhere camped out, chilling on the beach, bro.
Right now. Yeah, right now. But hey, if I get a couple extra $1 million on the way out, I'll probably go do it. It only cost me a couple of years.
A young girlfriend's expensive too. You gotta remember that.
They ain't all women. They all women will break
when you're
your
70
pocket.
and you're dating a 20-year-old, it's expensive.
Come on, man, that's real expensive.
What could she possibly want? That you know what I'm saying? How expensive could she be at 21?
Oh, she busting his head. She need a car.
She's doing interviews. She's doing interviews for him.
Absolutely. And on top of that, check it out, man. She traveling, her and her friends. But hey, that ain't my problem. That's his problem.
He's happy.
He's happy.
If he like it, I love
Happy.
it. If he like it, I love it.
He's super happy.
Okay, so here we go. Will the NFL enter an era running back reduction? Since Saquon Barkley, you guys saying Saquon Barkley has reintroduced the running back position in the NFL?
I don't know, man. Like, you say Saquon, but what other running backs jump to your mind? You say reintroduce the position. What other running back jump to your mind?
Did he resurge the position anymore? Honestly, I mean, if there's a running back at the Colts, he's decent.
What's his name?
Wisconsin. What's his name? Man, you right. I can't make it.
To reintroduce the position,
did he resurge the position now?
For him?
Yeah, right, for him. But when he
for
did,
the
it was
Eagles.
unreal. I mean, other running backs in the NFL. I got 3 running backs at Tampa. I mean,
I miss Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon was great.
Joe Mixon was great.
Yeah, I mean, but
It was great.
I like who we have now. We just drafted another one.
Yeah.
So I think we have like 3 running backs.
Bengals fan.
I think we have like 3 running backs
Yeah.
now too.
Bengals fan. Just
Yeah,
making sure.
Bengals fan. Yeah, we have 3 running backs now too. So
Well, Detroit's got 2 great running backs. Philly's got 2 good. I mean, Philly.
I think it's an invaluable position. I think it's a very, I think it's a very important position to play. And I think you don't realize it until you're a fan like a team like the Bengals and how much our running back really comes to help us out.
It's just different.
Or like Saquon, you know.
Saquon is like one of them guys. What he squat 900. So
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. But like,
Insane.
I don't know if I fully agree with research the position because like when I was growing up, the football game is so different. Like,
Absolutely.
I would think like the quarterbacks that was playing was like every guy was the guy. Phillip Rivers was that guy at the point. You know what I'm saying?
I love Philly.
So, but that's what I'm saying. We had LT. We had Adrian Peterson. I see Chris Johnson, Antonio Gates.
Yes.
Like we have much different players.
Yes.
But we're not rattling. That's why I said, what's his name? We're not rattling guys off like that in different
Right.
places the
Right.
same way. So I wouldn't
Absolutely.
fully say it is, but like he is the guy.
For
at that
him,
position.
yeah,
he's the guy at that
absolutely.
position for sure.
Well, I mean, you had Zeke Elliott back at his time was decent. I mean,
Short, though. Very short.
He's very
I was
short.
gonna say Zeke was talked about a lot, you know, when he came
I mean,
up, but yeah.
Just you know what? It's the running backs don't get paid what they're supposed to get paid with drafts. The running backs are coming in, and you got to have a 2-headed monster. We have a 3-headed monster in Tampa. You can't just have one person running
It's
the
a
ball
very
40
important
sometimes.
role.
Yeah, but they're not paying him as much. I was saying like
That's why Joe- you know,
like you
that's
said,
what it
he
is.
researched it on his behalf because he did.
He's
he
getting
could-
paid.
He could have broke Eric Dickerson's record. He chose not to.
Mercy. Yeah, he had some mercy about it. Can't agree with that. You're supposed to break the record, man.
No, you
Stand alone.
When you leave off the gridiron, your name is you want to be first of all that reverse hurdle thing he did was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Crazy.
It's going to be
Everybody
talked
will be
about,
talking
but
about
that
that
record
forever,
yeah. It's
is
crazy.
going to be solidified. Ain't nobody going to break that record, man. So you got to go for it. But it is what it is. But I just want to know what y'all opinion on this. I don't see nobody getting resurgent either. Really, the running backs coming out, man, like the boy that came out of Arizona State, he did. I like him.
I like him too.
He's a Swiss Army knife. He can really do touchdowns, caught a touchdown, ran a touchdown.
Right.
Plays hard. He leaves it all on the field. I like that. Yeah, he's little.
He's small. And I want to say he went to the Chargers. I want to say he did, maybe he didn't. I have to look it up, but I mean, it's running back position is it. The Giants? Okay, he went to the Giants. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it, bro. But, okay, we got that. I got some more for y'all. Now, this is for you.
I know already where.
Yeah, so Joe Burrow made a comment. He said, if I would have played better than what I usually do, we might have made the playoffs. I really feel like Joe Burrow is taking a lot and putting it on his
He
shoulders.
always does. He always does that. If you watch after every single game, whether we won or lost last season, when we were losing, that was to be expected. He always would put it on himself. But even when we were winning, even when we won games, every press conference he would come out and put it on himself still that he could have played better. He is notoriously been like that. He looks at himself as I am the leader of this team, and if something goes wrong, it's always my fault. I hate that he's like that. I really do. I don't think it gets in his head that much where it affects his game, but I do think that he takes every loss badly, or even wins sometimes. He always thinks he can do better. I like that quality in him because he's always striving to do better, and he knows what kind of caliber of a player he is. But I also hate it in the same aspect that I wish that he didn't try to put everything on himself and say, no, this person made a mistake, this person made a mistake too.
It's a quarterback, man.
Yeah.
That's you got to lead your franchise.
He's a leader, and
yeah, he puts a lot on his shoulders, but you'll notice like good quarterbacks do that. Joe Burrow been to a Super Bowl. So if I play as good as I don't know if I like the verbiage so much, but that's a spade right there. Like you gotta call a spade. He's been to a Super Bowl, so it's for him getting back to the Super Bowl. Anything less than that, he didn't win it, but just getting back there, anything less than that might be viewed as a failure for him. It might be. I can't speak for him, but if that's the quarterback of my franchise and he's taking it all on him, really it should be a coach. I'm a coach. So every loss I feel like is personal. We could have did something better in the scout, whatever the case may be. But my leader is doing that. People are going to get behind that leader. So all in all, I can't necessarily say one thing or the other about that because I don't know Joe, but that's the guy who's leading my franchise. I'm pretty comfortable with those comments. You know, that is what it is.
I 1000% believe that he looks at himself as the leader, and he says if something goes wrong, then I'm taking responsibility for it. He's not going to point somebody out.
I do like that about Joe. I like that when he was at LSU, he took it right or wrong. To me, Joe puts a lot of pressure on himself, and there's nothing wrong with that because he wants to be there. I think he will be a Hall of Famer. He's going to get a Super Bowl.
Oh, he's absolutely going to be a Hall of
But they need to listen to him a little bit more because, and I think they do, but like I said, I got friends who are Cincinnati Bengals fans. And honestly, true, I like what he said because that fires him up. He's got that same thing that Tom had. Winners, Philip Rivers, they want to be the best. So he's got to take all of them. Patrick Mahomes the same way. I just think with Joe, if they keep that nucleus there, I think they can break through that. Because that division can be theirs, really. I think they can take
I wish he got a little more support from ownership and from all sides because honestly, last season, watching a lot of those games, I'm like, man, Joe should just be coaching this game because it seems like he's already doing it. Or, you know, he kept T. Higgins and Jamar Chase together. You can't tell me he didn't.
Right.
What franchise QB wants, franchise QB should get. And I think that we're also going to see a very final last-minute signing of Trey Hendrickson. I really don't think Joe Burrow wants to see him leave. And I think there's going to be like in my heart, I just think there's going to be like there's going to be like a final end of the before the hammer drops signing of Trey Hendrickson. We'll see. I could be wrong, but I really feel in my heart Joe Burrow doesn't want him to leave, so I don't think
Joe, if you're watching this podcast, Miss Amanda has got your back. So does Collyn. I got your back.
I always got his back.
I think he's a great quarterback.
I always got his back.
All right.
I loved him at LSU.
Well, you know he started his career off at Ohio State.
OH. I'm a big Buckeyes fan. Yeah.
I'm not either one.
Well, he was behind. Who was he behind? C.J. Stroud? Yeah, I mean, C.J. Stroud is probably the best player in college football and never win a ring. Now, I say that with bias, but...
He just made a smart choice move because he wasn't getting played.
Yeah, he should.
You're saying C.J. Stroud was the best quarterback?
That might be a little wild. And that comes with bias. I'm a Buckeyes fan.
No, I love C.J. Stroud.
I think he might be the best player in college to play and not get a ring, like not get a championship.
I agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
I agree with you
He was so cold. Like,
absolutely.
Listen,
so
what
cold.
he did at Houston was his first year was just unreal.
One of them guys.
You know what? He just, I don't know where they dug him up somewhere. Because I like his voice.
Yeah.
He just stay away from Amber Rose. For anybody else, stay away from the gold diggers, man.
The women, man.
Listen, C.J. Stroud, man. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna get at you, man. Stay away from them gold diggers, man. You don't mess with the Kardashians. Don't make for Amber Rose. Buy yourself a nice word like Joe Burrow, a nice, good girl, church girl at that. I don't know, but nah. So we got the NFL going. You said you more of a player. You don't really like players. LT and it's great. Now we'll get in this NBA talk.
Okay.
I got some NBA. You know, Amanda's doing such a great job on the NBA.
I've been keeping up.
Yeah, I love that you're keeping up. Something majorly happened a couple of days in the NBA, and I ain't gonna lie, I was, texting my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. And I came across the screen. The coach from the New York Knicks got fired. I said, man, wait a minute, hold on. So, of course, Stephen A. Smith, he goes nuts on the show. Listen, man, Tom Thibodeau, to me, I don't think he should have got fired. I mean, it's been a while since the Knicks got there, man.
How long was he their coach for?
He did about 5 years, man. 5 seasons. But there's no reason why you get rid of Sid, man.
After one
Come on, man.
bad,
Look what he did to get there.
Right.
And they traded to get, Carl Tom. Come on, holler at me, man. What's up, man?
It's just the business side of it, man.
I get that.
It's just the business
I want
side.
you to come out as do you think he was right? It is a business side. Because anybody can be traded. Anybody can be fired. But do you really think that they should have fired him right now?
I got to be limited on my takes because I am a coach. So I got to be pretty limited.
Okay.
My thing is, I was born in '99. I since my lifetime, I don't never remember seeing the Knicks like even an Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they did. Reggie did hurt their heart a couple times.
But I'm saying I don't remember that. I wouldn't have lied. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the last time the Knicks even got to that point, I would say Tibbs. I got a friend on the team. Shout out Tyler Collyn. But he maxed what he could get out of those players. 100%. Jalen Brunson is now a superstar. Dallas didn't treat him like a superstar. He was really good in Dallas too, but superstar.
He was. He really was.
This might be the second time that Cat got him fired. But you know, Cat played good. I don't know how much of that you can put on the coach because it ain't like they didn't go win. They won game 1, didn't they?
Yeah.
So then, like, you went out there and won game 1, and then you just,
laid an egg.
And they got there. And the fact that they got there,
Like, they're having bad dreams at night, man. Like, I know the guys are probably not feeling the decision because, like I said, Tibbs is he's a player's coach.
He really is.
He's a player's coach.
He
Like,
really is, man.
Guys, you see all the jokes on Twitter, and like I said, I know somebody who personally plays. Like, is Tibbs that bad? It's like, bro, it's not even close. Like, that's all hype. So I feel really bad for him. That's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
I have to, like I said, I got to be kind of particular about what I say, but
No, I like that.
I don't know if I can say so much as he didn't deserve it. All I will say is, like, I couldn't tell you the last time the Knicks were. I wasn't alive when that happened.
Yeah.
And so, like, they were headed in the right direction. NBA is so hard to win. You got 82 games to try and
I think
win.
so too.
And their winning percentage is high.
Yep.
Like, if you just look at where they were before Tibbs and after Tibbs, it's just like, it doesn't make sense. But, that's the business side of the game and what we're dealing with. So it sucks to see that. But, like I said, I got to be in the middle about it.
I love that. I love that about you. Mr. Amanda, what's up? I like
I
what
don't
Collyn
know.
did.
I don't know. I think it's unjustified. I mean, he got them to where they were, and they've been doing so great. And like you said, when's the last time they've been to that point? I know that when a coach is let go, that's going to affect the whole team. That's going to affect the players. That's going to affect their mindset and their mentality going forward. And I don't know. I just think it was a mistake. Just because they didn't go all the way, like, they planned. You can't take away from what he's done and how he's brought that team to where they're at. I think he deserved to be there a little bit longer and see where they could go.
Okay. Now I got another good one. So with we got the NBA lottery coming up, or we got the draft coming up. We know who got the first pick, which I don't know how that happened. That was
weird. We
Yeah,
talked
I don't
about
know how
that.
that
San Antonio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It is what it is. It was
They make
rigged.
it happen.
It was rigged, bro. It was rigged. So now we have Giannis. We got KD on the market. And I'm asking you, where Giannis going? Because he out in Milwaukee.
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
What would you say if you? Yeah.
He wants to win. I think his biggest thing is winning. He's won already.
Yes.
And had a great closeout to win that series. So he's just gonna be somewhere that's a contender. I see something like Toronto. I couldn't really see that. I could see him in Miami. I could see him on. I don't know, man. Because I don't really see him going to the West Coast Conference. Like,
No, he will stay in the East.
I think he'll stay in the East. My money might be on Miami, man. If I was a betting man, because it fits.
Yeah.
I think they would make it work for him.
Okay.
Spoelstra kind of seems to fit. Their goals align.
Okay.
I know how strict Pat Riley is, so I don't know. Giannis is a little wild, but his goal at the end of the day is to win. He wants to win, and he'll go to a place where he can win.
Right.
I can see that
Mr.
too.
Manning,
I agree.
you say Miami for him?
Yeah, I agree. I can see that too.
Okay.
I think ideally that's where you would want to be.
You pair him with Jimmy Butler. Yeah, you pair him with Jimmy Butler. I like your chances of coming out the
And
East.
the nice weather, and there's just a lot going on. in
Miami's a good
Miami.
place.
I'll take it.
Good place.
First of all, that little thing they did with him and Dame, that didn't work good for me. I didn't like that. I felt like him and Dame didn't match. They didn't match well. Drew Holiday was a true point guard. Dame is more. He's a point guard, but he's more of a shooting guard. He demands the ball, but he does. I love Dame. Dame is nice, but Drew Holiday, when Drew left and Chris Middleton left, Giannis was like, and then they brought in Dame. I feel like they didn't work out well for him. He's gonna stay in the East. I don't see him going anywhere else. Miami's a good spot for him. Man, honestly, if you can make some room in New York, that would be nice. That would be nasty.
You gotta get some players up, man.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Cat.
Well, I would
Probably
get
lose
rid of
Josh
Cat.
Hart.
I'd get rid of Cat and keep Giannis. I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like Cap, man. Cap, he be sandbagging sometimes, man. Somebody doing this, he doing this, and that. Come on, man, stop crying all the time. You too young to be crying all the time. You're not listen. The other team see that you crying. That's why the Pacers beat them. They're like, man, that's why, man, come on, man. You stop crying, bro. You're too young to be crying all the time.
Yeah.
You don't get the calls like that. I know the NBA, everybody needs shoot the threes and all that stuff. Bro, just play, man. Just play. That's the reason why you ain't in Minnesota no more. They moved on from you, bro.
That's true.
They moved on from you. You know
Cat's
what I'm saying?
good, man. He gets a bad rap because he kind of, I guess, sassy, so to speak. But Cat can hoop, man. What he say is true. He the best shooting big man in the game. Who can outshoot Cat right now?
In the game right now, who can outshoot him?
As a big man.
I mean, y'all
He got three. That's what I'm saying. Who knew what Cat could do?
Embiid, if he healthy, he can shoot. He's stronger now.
He ain't outshoot Cat, I don't think. And the difference between Cat and Embiid, Eastern Conference Finals.
Thanks, Collyn. We got a lot of problems in Philly right now, so yeah, you're right. I get that.
Eastern
Philly,
Conference
man. I'm
Finals.
Philly, man. Look, man, I don't even want to talk about. We signed Paul George. He ain't did nothing for us.
Podcast Pete.
Man, me and AI about to get together. They got to start all over again. We just keep starting all over. Okay. I like it. That was good. That was feel good. My Philly just trash, man.
Hey, bad. They just don't win.
So if Shea wins, the championship, he was already MVP. If he wins the championship, along with the regular season MVP, is he the face of the NBA?
Whoa. I would say this. If Shea wins it, we're going to have some uncomfortable conversations as a whole.
Absolutely.
To say he's the face of the league, I was talking about this with my guys today, like, who is the face? We don't have, like, LeBron James was LeBron James.
He's still the face right now.
Yeah, so, but the next guy, it's like a push and pull. Because it would be, to me, Edwards. But he's just so wild off the court.
Absolutely.
And they need to tame some of the PR stuff.
Absolutely.
But, I don't think it's one person. I think we got a lot of great players right now that we should celebrate.
I like that.
I love Tatum. Tatum's one of my favorites right now.
That's my dude. That's a dude.
Jaylen Brown. Those are all guys. Wembanyama. Like,
Wemby nice.
Wemby's nice.
I like Wemby.
We got players all over the place. So I don't know if I'd say he's the face, but you're going to have some recency bias because they're going to be talking about him the most. I mean, Halliburton, they won game 1. And if I was a betting man, if they win game 2, the house is going on Indiana. Because you had 3-4 at the crib, then you just get one more of those. It's going to be really tight for Shea to do it. But I think the Thunder is a really good team. I think it's just very difficult to just put one person on that just for a championship. Could have had the same conversation last year with Tatum, but Tatum didn't even win the Finals MVP. So, like I said, there's a lot of players that we can celebrate right now.
I agree.
And basketball is going to a really good place, but to say it's one singular player, I don't think that's fair to discredit a lot of other good players that are in the league right now.
I like that answer, Mr.
I
Man.
agree. I think for a long time it was like LeBron or Kobe or even Steph Curry for a while, and now it's like there's so many good people. You can't single out just one person. I really don't think you can. It's just there's just not somebody that's talked about constantly all the time.
True that.
You know,
That's
like
true.
NFL, where they kind of like single in on one person and they talk about him for, like this week's Aaron Rodgers. We'll be talking about Aaron Rodgers all the way until the season starts,
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I think it's kind of nice that it's a little more diverse and other guys are getting a chance to shine and people are paying attention to multiple players, not just tuning into just LeBron's games or,
Yes.
people are watching all of them.
Okay, well, and I agree with what you guys both said. I mean, if Shea does win the chip, first of all, it's going to be difficult. I had this conversation with a couple of my brothers at the barbershop yesterday. Shea is nice. He is real nice. Halliburton has been an underrated person his whole entire life, coming out of college. He's just been underrated. I like the Indiana where they're at right now. It's just a great situation. If Shea does win, I will not say he's the face of it. Anthony Edwards is Jaylen Brown is upcoming. Wemby's upcoming. Just there's a
They're all
lot
getting
of
talked
great
about.
players,
Yeah.
man. But when you go back to the NBA back in the day, you had Mike. First, before Mike, you had Magic, you had Bird. You know what I'm saying? And then here come Mike. And then here, Isaiah Thomas was there. Because it's different now. I can't say, and LeBron is still in the NBA right now. Until he's gone, he is the face right now.
I agree.
He is the
I agree.
ambassador when Kobe was there.
Internationally,
Yes,
for
he
sure.
is.
Everybody knows LeBron.
But what I would say is, ain't nobody gonna be like Mike.
1,000%.
Mike, if you watch that Last Dance, Mike did so much Mike is probably one of the greatest shooting guards ever. And I'm not even a Bulls fan, but Mike is the face to this day. Ain't nobody, the kids are still buying his shoes. Every time. You got the Jordans on, you know what I'm saying? So,
People are still collecting his trading
come
cards.
on, man.
And when Mike, and you also have to factor in that today's age of social media can
Yes.
also blow somebody up more. Now, Mike did all this when, like, you know, it wasn't social media. You could watch every move of every single person and every single game and every single thing. He managed to build this huge brand for himself, and it's still going strong today, like you said. And there will never be a Michael Jordan. He's an icon. There'll never be another.
No.
Nobody will ever do what he's done. You know?
True that, very true. Now, Luka was on LeBron James' podcast, right? Luka goes, I showed up 10 hours before the game, and LeBron is working out. And he said, man, I ain't about to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like Luka. He's too young to be sandbagging so much. He's too young to be lazy sometimes. But my question to you, Collyn and Miss Amanda, do you think LeBron is going to rub off on Luka? Like, you know,
His work ethic,
taking the job serious, getting into shape,
like
being in
his work
shape.
ethic, and
Yes.
how
What do
he
you think,
takes care of
Collyn?
himself.
Absolutely,
You
Collyn.
gotta hope so.
You hope so?
Because you can't, that's a tough thing to do. You're never in there to see what really goes on. I don't know what really happened in Dallas.
Right.
Because Luka came in shape. Look back at what Luka looked like when he first got to Dallas. He looked, you know, in peak shape. I think some of the things he went through there and just some of the things that he was going through,
Yes.
just total.
Yes.
They didn't like you see the video of them taking the beer from him.
Yeah.
That's a grown man. There's a lot of people who won't really resonate with that.
Yeah.
No matter what, and especially if you the guy. And like they traded him away. Like it just I just remember seeing the trade and I'm like, what?
I think that's shocking. I thought it was a hoax.
Yeah, like
I
what?
still didn't understand what happened.
You just playing around on 2K and you see what works. And they mess around to take something. But
Breaking news.
you hope so. Because I think Luka is very special. He can do a lot of things. And it's just like, I've seen Luka just go crazy in games. He's just laughing up the court.
Yeah.
Those type of players are the ones I like to watch. Like
Absolutely.
you're having so much, because it is a child's game.
Absolutely.
Like they make millions of dollars, but
And
it's a
bottom line,
child's
it's a
game.
game, and it's your dream.
Yeah.
You're out there living your dream. How is it
You're
not
chilling.
fun?
So he's laughing up the court, and I'm like, that's a special kid right there. So if he gets maybe a fraction of what LeBron has to offer, maybe like Dwight Howard played with Kobe and he played with LeBron.
Yeah.
He didn't get so much of the Kobe, but he really resonated with LeBron's leadership style.
Absolutely.
A lot more people will probably resonate with LeBron's leadership style. Kobe is demanding that excellence.
Absolutely.
LeBron is more so, I won't say he's asking for it, but he's going to help you get there in a different way. So
Yeah.
I think the opportunity is definitely there for Luka. I'm excited to see how long that, hopefully we get LeBron for a couple more years. I know his clock is ticking, but I hope that we get to see some of those things rub off on him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think Luka is a great player. He has a lot of potential to be an even better player. And I hope that LeBron can rub off on him a little bit. I feel kind of bad that he got that sudden trade and now he's in a new team and a new city and everything's new and everything's great. I know that's the game too, but I also think that people kind of have to be there for him too, because that's a big culture shock and that's a lot going on. And I think you need the support from your teammates and fellow players. And I think that if he does buckle down and maybe not, be exactly like LeBron or, a robot of LeBron's, but watch him a little bit and see what he does, I think he could be unstoppable. I think he could be amazing. It's just, I feel bad how the whole trade and everything went down for him.
It's crazy.
That's a big shock.
I honestly believe Luka is going. Now he looks like he lost some weight, which is good.
Yeah.
LeBron's work ethic is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He got a little bit from Kobe. He already had a work ethic coming into the game, but when he was on that Olympic team with Kobe's created different. He took everything what he learned from Mike. That was the guy he looked up to. He picked Mike's brain on a daily basis. That's why I say when people say who's better, Kobe or LeBron, they're two different animals. There's two different animals. The Mamba is different. I love Kobe. He was a killer. LeBron is more of a facilitator. I think he will tell Luka, look, man, you got to be in shape, bro.
Yeah.
Because you already been in the West, and I would agree with you what you said, Collyn. When he got traded, that hurt him. Nobody told him nothing. You get a phone call saying, "Hey, man, you're going to LA." And he loved Dallas. And Dallas fans, they took that to the heart, man, and he took it to the heart. So I think he really going the first, being there for a couple months. He was there about 4 or 5 months. The second half of the season, it's a shell shock.
Yeah.
So now I think he gonna get it. He gonna get it in shape, and he looks like he already is. He's getting there because he slimmed down a little bit. But Luka is nasty.
Like
Luka do stuff.
He'll get adjusted
He shoots
maybe
you out.
now that
He'll
the
shoot you
shot's
out.
wearing off. And
Yeah.
He'll get adjusted and now maybe he'll feel a little bit better about himself and about the team and
So
get there.
He's motivated for sure.
I mean, he looks like somebody who really loves the game, and I think if you love the game like that, you want to do whatever you can to stay in it and play
he's
it.
been playing since he was 14. He's been playing professional ball since he was 14. So he loved the game. We know that. Your body's tired, but he's young. But I just want to stop. Luka, do me a favor, bro. Stop complaining to the refs, man. And they cussing him out. And what is he?
He get the text,
Lithuanian, whatever. Just stop cussing him out like that, man. You all right, man? You got to do all that. So our last question. I got 2 more before we get out of here.
Okay.
Tonight we got the Pacers. My boy Halliburton, just Mr. Clutch. All playoffs, Mr. Clutch. You see what he did? Game 1. Shea missed the jumper. Tyrese came down. You got to get on him. He had multiple people around him open. He took the shot. I like it. They didn't call out. They didn't call a timeout. First of all, Rick Carlisle is a great coach.
Yep.
And you got to look at that. And Shea's coach, I don't know his name. He's learning, but Carlisle gonna make it work. He didn't call a timeout. He comes down there, bust their tail. Tonight prediction.
Oh man.
Come on, man. 8 o'clock.
Oh, it's hard.
Prime time.
It's hard.
Who you got, Collyn?
You know what? I'm gonna give the nod to the Thunder because they're at home again,
Okay.
and I don't think that they'll just let a game slip again the same fashion. Because you know what? A lot of people was like, I went to the gas station at halftime. I was talking to my guy up there. I'm like, man, it's looking like it might get out of hand. I came back. By the time it was 2 minutes left, I said, dang, this game getting kind of good.
Right.
So
That's how fast it translated.
the home court advantage is so important.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the Thunder tonight, and I think Shea's gonna have another 30 piece.
Oh, he gonna do that. He gonna definitely do that.
They're at his mercy, so I think they won't let it slip again. But if you ask me my prediction for tonight, I gotta go. I'm gonna say it's 1-1. Now, if the Pacers do win, and I'm wrong about it, put the house on Indiana. Put the house on
Then they're taking the whole thing.
They're taking the whole thing because you're going back 3-4 at the crib.
Yeah.
3-4 at the crib is just
Yeah.
That's a hard.
like, even if you get one of them at the crib,
Yeah.
now you got 3 games.
Yes.
Now you got 3, and you just got to get one more. I love the chances. So tonight, I'm going to go with the Thunder. Like I say, Shea with 30. It's going to be a close game, though. I don't think it's going to be any blowouts. Shout out to Adam Silver. He did a good job of making the league is entertaining.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's
absolutely.
I like that.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm going to go with the Thunder.
Thunder. Miss Amanda?
So I went back and forth on this a lot because
Ooh.
I was like, man, I just really don't know what's gonna happen. But I ended up going with the Thunder anyway because even after that last loss, they're still the favorites. They're at home. I think they're gonna ball it out. I don't think they're gonna lose this one, but I do think it'll be a close game, like you said. I do think it's gonna be close, but I think the Thunder are gonna win this one.
What we got?
I think they have to, and I think they want to, and I think they're gonna take it.
What we got, man?
Okay, listen, man. Y'all both right. Shea, every game he's played, these playoffs, even when I was on vacation, he was dropping 32, 36,
That's what he
38.
does.
That's what he do. Chet Holmgren didn't do nothing. He had 6 points last game. He has to be that third piece to score. Williams gonna do his thing. But if Chet don't do what he's supposed to do, and once again, Indiana did not lead that whole entire game until 2 minutes, whatever. And Tyrese is just they're long, pause. They're long all the way around. But I'm still taking Tyrese. You know why? Rick Carlisle's a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Miles Turner is a great ball player. Obi Toppin, I'm gonna say it again, is the X factor. When he played at Dayton, he never shot threes. He was a dunk and highlight guy. Now the Knicks didn't let him do that. He comes to Indiana. He's stretching you out. Now you got to get on him. If you don't, he had 3 or 4 threes in that game, and they needed that to happen. They got a nice nucleus around them. I'm taking Indiana.
I ain't mad at you.
Because you know what? They won the first game. That's hard to do. The first game at somebody else's crib.
Yeah.
If you lose tonight, it's okay. You go back to Indiana
Right.
and you can get a win. But I really believe tonight, Shea probably gonna come out, but
They
I
want to
really
teach a
believe
lesson.
I'm taking Indiana.
I respect it. It's not a bad pick. I don't feel like you can go wrong with
It's
your
hard to
pick.
pick. I was back and forth for like all day yesterday. Like
It
I
was
really
hard for
wasn't
me, man. I had to
sure.
break down some stuff. But when I went back watching that game this morning, And I was like, yo, Obi Toppin was clowning, man. So before we get out of here, we got a segment called Nickel Moment. Okay. What was the changing point in your life? It could be when you feel like you was really realizing that I want to be coaching now. What was the changing point in your life?
Oh, that's a tough question.
It is.
The changing point of my life.
That's what we call it, the nickel moment.
Okay, so when I left Toledo, I had like a year where I was working in the schools. I was a substitute teacher at Woodward. Shout out Woodward Polar Bears. So that's on the north side.
Yeah.
And so that whole year, my faith, I felt like, was being tested because I didn't know what was next. I just knew like I couldn't work a regular job. Like I couldn't go to no factory. I couldn't go to I worked at Bank of America for that summer. I couldn't do it. Like I knew I didn't belong there.
Okay.
So that whole time, my faith was tested, and I didn't know what was next. I just kept my faith in God and just kept praying, kept doing what I needed to do. And Coach Montgomery at Detroit Mercy, there were some things shaking up. I wanted to go to Michigan State and try and be a grad assistant, but he ended up getting the job at Mercy, and that things started to roll a little bit quicker.
Right.
So I guess my nickel moment was just keeping my faith through that whole year and watching it really be tested. And just keeping my faith in God was tough, but it's some beautiful testimonies at the end of every challenge. So just want to shout out God and my parents and everybody who supported me during that process because it wasn't easy. But during that whole year, really just watching my faith be tested was a big moment for me.
I like to hear that because you know what? There's a lower point in your mouth, a time in your life that's gonna you just don't know where you want to go.
It's like a fork in the road always.
I think a lot of these kids that get out of high school, they try to figure out what's my move, what's my next move, what's my next move, and you maybe just take a couple minutes to sit back and understand that you just graduated from high school and figure out what you want to do. And even when I came out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. They would call you up to the podium when you get your diploma. Everybody is saying, "Now this guy's going to Eastern Michigan. This guy's going to the Air Force." When it came to me, it was undecided. And I always tell somebody, man, there's going to be a point in your life that it's going to be the low moment. That's when the devil's working. If you allow him to come in your life, you're going to come in. But I like what you said. You kept your faith with God. Your parents is always going to play a bigger part. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day is coming up. There you go. But I like that. I like to hear that about you, man. You keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to keep checking on you, see how you're doing. Damn, I'm sure going to bring you back.
Hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? We got, I got some food truck things after I had my surgery and stuff. So we're going to bring you back again because I like your energy and I like your knowledge of the game. And I like that you spoke from a coach's perspective, but then you spoke from a player's perspective.
Absolutely.
So I like that. You break it down
Appreciate
like that.
it.
But it was good having you on today, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much
It's
for
been an honor to
finding
be here,
time. I know you're busy.
Super excited, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. So you guys, next week is Father's Day, so y'all have a great Father's Day with your father. Shout out to my father. I will be gone for a while because I have to have knee scope, but rest assured, sometime in July, hopefully, we'll be back. I got some more guests coming. I'm working on a real big guest, so I'll let you guys know. But y'all live right, y'all do right, y'all gonna be all right. Peace.
All right, Dad.
Thank you. I just need a picture with you.